You YouTube and Snapchat and son of a bitches, welcome back to another installment of the Friday Wrap-Up. Alright, so you made it through another fucking week of hell, and here we are. So, YouTube update, we're up to 51 subscribers, so that's good. You know, I mean, it's a little uptick from last week, but like I said, 1,000 by September, so YouTube Army, get on it, Snapchat Army, get on it. So before we begin, I'd like to give a little salute to our bringer of our cocktail this evening, Captain Morgan's. And as you can see, I'm enjoying a delightful pineapple mojito. Tropically delicious. So, what's in a pineapple mojito, you should ask? Well, I'll tell you. 2 shots of Captain Morgan's. About 4 ounces of pineapple juice. Half ounce of simple syrup. Couple of mint leaves. Give it a good shake. Top it with a little 7-Up. Bing. There you go. Alright? So... Okay, so let's dive right in, shall we? All right, so Corona update this week. Governor Nostrils had it again. I told you guys this was going to happen. So he's been cracking down on bars, specifically in the city, for not obeying social distancing rules. So I mentioned this last week, okay? He said that in order for bars to remain open, that they have to serve food. Now, fun fact about bars in the city, there's a couple different types of liquor licenses. There's cabaret licenses, there's restaurant licenses, there's tavern licenses. Now, a tavern license is really like kind of a bar and grill. They have limited cooking, some of them, if they're grandfathered in. Anyway, so to comply with Cuomo's edict, they came up with Cuomo menus, where they're serving small little bites like Cuomo chips for $1, Cuomo nuts for $1. I mean, who the fuck wants to eat Cuomo's nuts? Seriously? That's disgusting. Even Sandra D got tired of that shit. So these bars, they figured they'd comply and come up with these menus. So the morons put it on social media that they were doing this shit, and then fucking Cuomo got wind of it, and he said, no, can't do that shit. You're going to have substantial menus. So a lot of these places that have limited cooking facilities can't comply. So they're going to end up probably fucking folding up. Now, he also said that he never authorized bars to open, which is bullshit, because I distinctly remember him fucking flailing his hands around saying, oh, the bars and the taverns can open up. Now, even if he wants to say that he didn't specifically give them the authorization to open up, he actually never fucking told them that they couldn't. Okay? So he said all hospitality-related industries. That includes bars. Just saying. Okay? So, bars that don't comply with the Cuomo rules are probably going to end up losing their liquor. This fucking mutt already pulled 3 goddamn liquor licenses for 3 different Queens establishments. Oh, and one of them was in Deer Park. It was a strip club. So, there's that. Nostrils also refused federal police. Okay? You know, with all the fucking rampant crime that's running through the city, I mean, it's a goddamn war zone. So Trump called him and said, hey, would you like me to send some federal cops? And he said no. He said that the state will handle it themselves. I'd like to know how the fuck the state's going to handle this, because all the state troopers are jumping ship because this asshole signed legislation into fucking law stating that people can sue state troopers directly if their fucking rights are infringed upon. So how many state troopers are actually going to want to do their fucking job? Okay? So they're going to contain this problem? I highly fucking doubt that. You know, this bitch needs to fucking get his shit together. First, he complains that the feds refuse to help. They don't want to help. They don't want to send this. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And then when they actually offer help, this asshole fucking refuses it. Okay? He says that the state, it's a state affair and the state can handle their own affairs. Okay, fine. Then I guess the state can handle fucking corona testing too. The state can handle their own fucking unemployment budgets. I guess the state can do everything else. So make up your fucking mind. Either you need the feds or you don't need the feds. Honestly, in a situation like we have in New York City, where it's fucking like bedlam, the federal government doesn't really need fucking permission from the governor to send in federal troops. They don't. Okay? They can send in a fucking militia if they need to. If they deem the threat that dangerous, they don't need the fucking governor's approval. They were just giving him a courtesy call. So, let's see what happens. All right? On to my friend Mayor Muppet Hands, okay? You know, like I said, the whole all these new restaurant rules and stuff that Cuomo's putting into place is really because of him, okay? Because of his fucking incompetence, the restaurant owners in the entire state are going to have to pay a high price, because Cuomo said if these bars in the city do not comply with social distancing, he's going to shut down all restaurants and bars all throughout the state. Okay? So because of this fucking jerk-off's incompetence in New York City, a lot of restaurant owners and bar owners are going to get hurt. Here, give you an example. Last weekend, I saw a video of partygoers in fucking Astoria on Steinway Street, right? These animals have fucking filled up the entire street, just partying, having a good time, like there's no fucking problems in the world, and the cops can't do shit. They wouldn't even let the fucking cops down the street. They got in Steinway Street completely blocked off, and they're just having a good fucking time, and they're partying until 5 in the morning. All the restaurant and bar owners all along Steinway Street are all terrified. They can't do shit. The cops are just standing there with their fucking thumbs up their asses because the mayor told them not to fucking interfere. So because of this jerk-off, a lot of fucking hard-working restaurant owners are going to end up losing their fucking businesses. Now, is that right? I don't think so. So, also, this incompetent jerk-off threatened to sue the feds if they deployed federal troops. Now, I'm going to give you a little nickel's worth of free legal advice here. That's impossible. That can't happen. He's got no fucking grounds. If the federal government determines that there's an absolute fucking threat to human safety and civilian lives, they can absolutely deploy the fucking military, any kind of Federal Reserve branch of the military, and any kind of federal troops, marshals, whatever. Okay? So, I don't know where this fucking guy got his law degree, but he obviously got his law degree in the same place he learned how to fucking run a city, in his mother's asshole. Okay? So, furthermore, this jerk-off keeps handcuffing the police and flat out... I mean, he's running all over the fucking 5 boroughs, painting Black Lives Matter signs all along the streets. Okay, which, again, if that doesn't bother me, I don't give a shit what's in the fucking street. I'm just going to walk right over it anyway. I don't care, okay? But he's running around painting these... all over the fucking 5 boroughs, painting these things up in the streets, blocking streets off to sit there with a fucking yellow roller like a jerk-off. And he says, he actually has the balls to go on the news and says, well, it's not political. No? It's not political? You fucking retard? You are clearly doing it just for fucking votes. Because if it's not political, right? Let me point out a couple of facts. He refused to let the police department, NYPD wanted to paint a Blue Lives Matter sign in front of One Police Plaza. Which again, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about any of this shit. He said no. It's inflammatory. It's only inflammatory if his motivations are political. If they weren't political, then it's a First Amendment right, freedom of speech. The police are welcome to express themselves, just like black citizens, white citizens, red citizens, purple citizens, even fucking midgets could express themselves. They gotta stand on a box, but they can express themselves. Okay? So don't tell me it ain't fucking political. On top of that, you know, if you deface a Black Lives Matter sign, it's considered a hate crime. Which, fine. I'll give him that. That's okay. I'm down with that. The funny thing was, they arrested 2 black women last week for defacing a Black Lives Matter sign. How the hell is that a hate crime? But that's a story for another day. Point being is, they'll enforce that. But for the last month or so, there's been anti-police graffiti all over police buildings, which he refuses to remove. He said that he's got to wait for a special team to come in with things. Even fucking Nostrils criticized them over that. Says, you get some soap, some water, a fucking brush, hire a couple of homeless people, and they sit there, they scrub it off. No, that he fucking leaves, but any defacing of a Black Lives Matter thing is considered fucking a hate crime. And you want to tell me this shit ain't political? Give me a fucking break, dude. Come on. He should learn how to be a fucking mayor. I don't understand how this motherfucker hasn't gotten impeached. They impeached Trump for asking a question in the Ukraine. This motherfucker's running all over New York City like a retarded muppet, just stimming all over the place and painting in the streets like a fucking 4-year-old. Next thing you know, he's gonna be finger painting people. Okay? Fucking retard. So, moving on. So, let's make a stop on the crazy train, shall we? The Washington Redskins have yet to pick a fucking name for their team. I don't understand what's taking these assholes so long. Until further notice, they will be considered the football team in Washington. That's official from the NFL. Until they pick a fucking name. I gave them a perfect suggestion for a name last week. Somebody should fucking tweet them, okay? I told them they should name the fucking football team the Trumps. I mean, if that doesn't piss people off, I don't know what the fuck will, okay? Baseball started. I'm excited about that, as you could see. The Yankees played the Mets last weekend, okay? It was a spring training game or a summer camp game or whatever the fuck they play. So, get this shit. The Yankees played the Mets at Citi Field. And I told you last week that the Mets were going to have these fucking cardboard cutouts in the stands, you know. So the Mets players feel nice, you know. They look to the crowd, they could see faces. First of all, I almost fell off my fucking couch when I saw it. They got like 5 cardboard cutouts in the entire stadium. So even during a pandemic with cardboard, the fucking Mets can't sell out Citi Field. I mean, could you imagine? And half of the pictures look disappointed already, okay? I think one of them was leaning to the side. It was falling down. So needless to say, the Mets lost to the Yankees. No big surprise there. Sorry, Mets fans. I know. It's like being in an abusive relationship. You don't get, I get it. You know, like you every season you expect the best. You know, you come home, you get knocked in the fucking head, and then you're crying in the corner saying, but I deserved it, and tweedling your nipples. I understand. It's fine. It's okay, okay? You can always become a Yankee fan. It's all right. We'll still love you. Anyhow, speaking of the Yankees, last night was opening day. Well, opening night, whatever. They played the Nationals. They won in 6 innings because they called it for rain. But I just want to... It's no big secret that I have a fucking huge problem with these fucking jerk-off millionaire crybaby bitches kneeling during the fucking national anthem. Clearly, I have an issue with that. But I will say this for the Yankee organization. They knelt, but they knelt before the national anthem. You know, look, I don't see how this fucking kneeling thing does anything. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be inflammatory or racist. Like, you know, I hate everyone equally. But I don't see how the fuck this does anything. But at least they... fine, it placates people. I understand. At least they had the courtesy to do it before the national anthem. Because to kneel during the national anthem at a fucking baseball game, you might as well be tried for fucking treason, okay? And did anyone see little Anthony Fauci throwing out the first pitch? It looked like a 4-year-old girl trying to throw a baseball. He's got his fucking mask on. It was covering his eyes. He looks a little retarded. You know, I mean, this poor bitch needs a vacation after all of this corona shit. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with poor little Fauci. Anyway, so... That's your baseball update. So a couple things, you know. I was out and about last weekend. I unfortunately had to go to Macy's last Sunday. Yeah, they're open. At Roosevelt Field, I had to return some pants that I bought online that I didn't like. Anyhow, I make the mistake of actually going to fucking Macy's. Wow. Roosevelt Field, any shopping mall in New York right now is probably a fucking shit show. First of all, the stores look like a time capsule. They have all of the exact same shit they had in February. Like, it's like frozen. Like, they didn't get new stock or nothing like that. And everything is like fucking blowout sales. So every retard in the world is there. And, you know, there's lines everywhere. Like, you can't... Like, I even took a walk around the mall just because I was curious. You gotta wait on a fucking line to get it... Listen, as much of a fucking sneakerhead as I am, there's no fucking way in hell I'm waiting on a line the length of Space Mountain to get into a sneaker store. What are you, fucking nuts? So anyhow, I'm waiting on this line to fucking, you know, to return stuff. And I'm looking at people, and and I've said this before on the show, but it bears repeating. People don't know how to fucking wear masks. The mask is an indication of how fucking stupid you are. That's really the only fucking useful thing for these things. I see so many fucking people wandering around with their mask on like this. I saw one guy like that. It's not a fucking hairnet. What are you, a fucking cafeteria lady? First of all, if you're wearing your mask like this under your nose, you should be beaten in the face with fucking murder hornets. You're a fucking Momo. All right? It defeats the purpose, not putting it over your nose. There's all kinds of shit that comes out of your fucking nose, you fucking... Food service people even doing the same thing. They wear it over their bottom lip, like a hat. And And then they tell people, do you have a mask? You can't come in here unless you have a mask. Hey, you fucking retard. I saw a guy wearing it on his head. Like, I don't know if he was a fucking Jew and he didn't want it to blow off his head. I don't know. I have no idea. But the mask is a perfect indication of stupidity. Okay? Like the same fucking idiots that wear that fucking mask when they're in the car. Maybe they use it. Maybe they put it there to prevent them from biting the steering wheel because they're fucking retarded. I don't understand. Okay? Speaking of masks, well, I have a story for you guys, but I'm going to wait till a little later on in the show to share it. We got a lot of shit to cover here. Okay? Another thing that I noticed was, people who wear designer clothes, but they don't necessarily fucking work for you. Like, just because you spent a lot of money on your clothing doesn't automatically make you look good. Especially if they don't fucking fit. Like, you know what I mean? Like with the super skinny fucking pants and you're popping out of it like a goddamn muffin. I don't care if those fucking pants are Gucci, Chanel, whatever the fuck. They don't look good. You spent $300 on them? Good. You got fucking robbed. You know, I mean, half of the times I think these designers are just fucking with people. They come up with the craziest shit to see what retard is going to fucking wear. What kind of momo is going to walk around and shit. Here, like, for example, a new thing that I've been seeing are these furry slides. Have you seen this shit? First of all, I hate slides. But it's a slide, and it's got, like, this furry thing. It looks like you shoved your foot up a fucking chinchilla's ass. What? And it's dragging on the floor. There's all kinds of shit on the floor. You're going to get fucking meningitis and corona. Okay? You're going to be popping and clicking and speaking fucking Mandarin. You keep your feet in these fucking things. I don't understand what's wrong with people. They think, oh, this looks good. I'm going to put this on and walk around. So, just because you spent money on something doesn't automatically mean you look good. You just look like a fucking asshole that doesn't know how to spend their money. That's what you look like. And if you're walking around with fucking Ewok shoes on, you know what you should do? You should walk yourself to the nearest cliff and fucking jump off of it. Okay? And if you're one of these assholes that doesn't know how to fucking wear a mask right, here's my suggestion to you. You should get on the next plane to the fucking Wuhan province of China. When you get there, find a Chinaman and shove your entire head up his ass and just spin it around a few times and then wait a day or two, and when the fucking corona hits you, that's justice. So, next up. The next thing I have a fucking problem with this week, and I have a problem with this shit every week, but today I don't know, for some reason, this week for some reason it's been a little bit more prevalent. These overly sensitive fucktards that just cannot deal with shit. Okay, like something they see or they hear that they don't like, they can't fucking process it. They can't just ignore it, walk away, or just move on with their lives. They gotta aggravate everybody. Okay, if they don't like it, it shouldn't exist. Okay. For example, I told you I had a funny story. I'm going to give it to you. When I was at Macy's on Sunday, okay? I'm standing in line. I'm minding my business. Now, usually, if I'm unmasked, like during non-corona times, like I said, this is the fucking face you see. People leave me alone. They think that I just got out of prison or that I might rip their fucking arms off. But see, when I'm wearing a mask, it covers most of my face, and they can't tell if I'm disgruntled or not, which is becoming a fucking problem. So, I opt for masks that don't look too pleasant. Okay, but not offensive. It doesn't have like a fucking anything offensive on it. So I'm standing online, minding my business, waiting to return my fucking pants, and this fucking nosy bitch walks past me and it tugs on my shirt, which that's problem number one. I wanted to punch her. What the fuck you touching me for? So she says to me, "Excuse me. I have to tell you, your mask is very disturbing, and I can't look at it." I said, "Okay, so." Simple. Don't fucking look at it. She, no, you don't understand. It's very disturbing. You shouldn't have that. You should just go out of the mall and put something on and then come back. Now, let me just show you what my mask looked like. Okay? I have it right here. This is what it was. It's just a little... See? I don't see why that's fucking disturbing. But apparently she doesn't like blue, or she doesn't like skeletons. I don't know. Maybe it reminded her of a terrible Halloween childhood. I don't fucking know what her psychosis was, nor do I give a fuck. So I tell you what. I says, you want me to leave the mall to put on a mask because you don't like it? I says, the only one here that has a problem with it is you. I says, well, I'm going to report you. I says, I tell you what, before you report me, here's what I think you should do. You should go outside to the parking lot and fucking kill yourself. Just jump in front of the nearest car you see, climb up to the parking lot, the top level, and fucking lean forward. I mean, so I gotta leave the mall because you can't deal with skeletons. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, same with people who don't like words. Like, you use a certain word. Like, I say retard a lot. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna go, like, find a retarded kid and push him over. Okay, or just like start fucking with the kid. If I see a retarded kid, I feel bad. Okay, and I say retarded. Okay, yeah, I do. You know why? It's a fucking medical diagnosis. It's the goddamn dictionary. These assholes go, oh, you shouldn't say that. You should say that they're developmentally disabled or they're special. Look, I can make anything sound offensive. It's a fucking talent of mine. Okay, but if I want to say retarded, it's a fucking adjective. If you can't deal with it, when people say that around me, don't say that around me. I got a better idea. Why don't you stuff fucking cotton in your ears or go stick your head under a goddamn oven or something? Okay, you don't like what I say? Don't listen. It's not that hard. Like, you can't say midget. Like, all of a sudden, fucking midget became offensive. When? I don't know. They like to be called little people. Oh, look at the little people. To me, a little person's a fucking 5-year-old. If I was a midget, okay, and someone called me a little person, I'd punch him in the dick. That to me is condescending. Midget sounds a lot tougher. Okay, so if I want to say midget, I'm going to say midget. If I want to say retard, I'm going to say retard. Sometimes I say it elegantly, like retard. See, that sounds nice. Okay, but obviously I don't have a problem with kids that have, a disability that I'm going to start shaking them violently and stuff. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to see a midget and just push him over and laugh. Well, maybe. But that's okay. They can take it. They're tough. So, the same jerk-offs that if they see something on Facebook, I can't deal with that. You should have that person removed from Facebook. These people should seriously be fucking murdered. I'm sorry, but they should. Okay? Or they should just contemplate suicide. It's not exactly the worst thing in the world. So, if you're one of these people, fucking stop it. Grow a set. Stop being so fucking sensitive. Life ain't that fucking serious, okay? Settle down. You know what? If everybody wasn't so fucking sensitive and uptight, we wouldn't be having 2/3 of the fucking problems that we're having now. I gotta tell you that right now. All right? So, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Anyway, it's supposed to be fucking hot this weekend. Stay cool, but if you look like a fucking mutant or you look like you're melting into yourself, do me a favor, stay inside and stay in front of the air conditioner. Don't wander around with very little clothing on. It terrifies children. It upsets people, obviously. So, that's been your Friday wrap-up. I'll see you when I see you.